Hello once more to all my miniature loving friends on the interwebs. I'm Dakian. Today is Monday the 24th of July 2023 and I'm here to ramble. And this is one of those weeks where it looks like I haven't accomplished much because I've only finished these two minis. But this might be slightly illusory because I have actually done a lot of work on other minis as well. They just didn't quite get to the finish line. Only these were reached 100%. And the way I did that was by ignoring the sort of studio paint job a little bit, because they clearly seem to have painted models that had more detail than these production versions. They must have had like resin masters or something with finer detail. These guys, I just cranked them out, tried to make them look reasonably cool and contrasting the clothes with the bikes, and yeah, and Go Faster Red, both of them, and yeah, for sci-fi purposes, I think these guys will work well. They're not like super fancy painting or anything, just my average tabletop quality, but that is what I usually aim for. So I said that I'd done a lot of work on other models. Let's go to the works in progress and take a look at those. Now here on my work table you can see a large collection of minis, 15 of them, that still need to be finished. But as I was saying, some of them have gotten quite far. These Kuatoa, they're not called that, these fish people, are pretty far along. I can pretty much guarantee they'll be done by next week. And hopefully a few more of these guys, where I've been, as you can see, I think the thing that's happened since last week mostly is that these, the Necromancer ladies, were only primed last time, and now they have some undercoats at least, and I'm gonna start base coating them. But yeah, moving right along. It's the process is working. Here we have the newly started stuff. It's been cleaned up, assembled, and based. I've made some choices. For example, this guy had an optional arm. He had a normal werewolf arm, but I went with the cybernetic robotic arm because I felt that looked cooler. Likewise, the Wicked Witch of the West. She had in this other right arm and hand, which is just outstretched, open, like maybe she's casting a spell or something. But having a 6-shooter, I thought was cooler. I also had to fix the barrel of this guy came off, and now it's a bit crooked. But that's because I had to glue it on, because it was crooked, and as I was trying to bend it, it broke. So hopefully it's going to stick now. Now, the other thing I want to show you here is, let's see, I've got the lighting rig. I actually put this lighting situation here on the prep desk because this was where I had the worst lighting situation, and I've been noticing that I miss things when I bring things to the painting portion of the desk where there is already better light. I notice mold lines and other mistakes that I didn't clean up, and I have to go back and fix it, and it seems like an unnecessary step. So now I hope by having great light here I will be able to fix everything correctly from the start and not have to go back and redo things. And eventually I might get so over here we already have pretty good light. It's a bit too warm. I would like to find a cold light instead to have at that part of the desk, but well, we'll see. We'll work on that. And yeah, Nothing else. Oh, I prepped this guy. I said I wasn't gonna paint this guy yet, and I'm not. I've simply prepped him, and I might prime him, but then put him away until I get his the compatriots I want to paint at the same time with him. And the others, I'm in no rush. These are just odds and ends. They will get in the queue, but they don't have, none of these really have priority. They'll get painted when I get around to it. So that was all the work in progress. Let's look at some numbers. And in the ongoing inventory here, we are still cataloging Malifaux miniatures. I think this is the last box of them. It is a mixed bag of different factions, mostly Neverborn and Guild, the occasional Outcast, and the occasional Arcanist, like Rasputina here, the alternate sculpt of Rasputina. But there's a grand total of 41 figures in here, so adding that to the total, not much else to say. As for new projects, we need a few more monsters to add to the queue. It's mostly characters now. So I picked out these 5 models. So it's 3 blisters, but this one has 3 smaller figures. It has 2 fairies and a nymph. This is a Lamia, the weird D&D version of a Lamia. And this is a Wendigo. These come from the box of models intended for the Rise of the Rune Lords campaign, which is a project that I started painted about like half of them, and still have some to go, because it doesn't seem likely that I'll get to run that campaign anytime soon, like not in the next year or two at least. But hey, I need some projects added to the queue, and why not? These are more general. These could be used in other contexts as well. They're not specific to that campaign as some of the others are, like the Rune Lord himself. I forget his name. I have his model, but no point in painting him until I need to actually use it. Anyway, I'm only adding 5 because there is a backlog now. So this should be enough to prep for next week. And with that, we reached the end of this episode as well. So I thank you for watching this far. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment. But above all, be back here next week. Same day of the week, same channel, same Dakian, who's now signing off.